Let me bring in James Arbbuthnot. What about the British military role and the British support role here? Are we on the right lines? Is the strategy right? Has Mr. Zazai got some points there? Have we made mistakes here?
Yes, he's certainly got some points, and undoubtedly mistakes have been made. I know that the British troops particularly, but I think the NATO troops generally, including the American troops, do their utmost to avoid civilian casualties. But sometimes it is inevitable that mistakes are made, and sometimes the enemy sets out to lead us into traps where civilians will be killed. That's just a fact of life there. The fact remains that the presence of British and NATO troops in Afghanistan, whenever I go there, is something which local people say, we don't want you there forever, but we do desperately need you there now. Please continue to remain and help us build our own security, and eventually you will be able to leave and we will be able to take it over ourselves.
Mr. Zazai, you'd like to come in there, I think.
Well, I absolutely agree. This is what the case is. We desperately need the support of NATO and the United States of America. And what I really hope for the new administration in America, Mr. Obama, to come very faithfully with honesty and really extend the support and the help that the Afghans need. First of all, we need an administration in Kabul which is totally uncorrupted, made from the right people, good people who really aim to support and help the Afghan nation and put Afghanistan on the right track. We want to be included in the 21st century's family of the countries in the world. We don't want to be living in the backwards. Your reporters, Alex was reporting from Bashar, that still our women are dying when they have babies. In Afghanistan, the mortality rate is high. Afghanistan is considered as the poorest country around the world with all these billions, but unfortunately all the billions went into the private pockets of some of these people who are in power and who are power brokers and never got to the people. What really needs to be done to join partnership with the Afghan people. The Afghan people are the Afghan tribes, the Afghan communities. We need to win hearts and minds if we really need to succeed in Afghanistan. I think that's a crucial point, and it should be, the international community should really focus working on that.
Let's bring in James Arbbuthnot there. A final thought on this area of the military role, British role and so on. Do we need to send more troops here to help stabilise the situation so that a new government can operate and move forward and start to bring about the changes and reforms the country clearly badly needs?
Well, I think it's essential that we should not be conducting the campaign in Afghanistan with any sort of penny-pinching attitude, which I'm afraid is what has been happening over the last 4 or 5 years. This isn't an accusation against the British government particularly, it's more an accusation against the generality of European NATO countries who do not see this battle as their battle. It is their battle, it's very important. But if I may just comment on what has just been said about the need to have an absolutely uncorrupt Afghan government. I mean, of course, that is right, but let's remember what a low base we are starting from. It's a very poor country with very few natural resources, and the fact remains that we are trying to build and improve something which is beginning to improve. Healthcare is beginning to improve, education is beginning to improve. We've got a huge way to go, but we've gone a long way already from a low base.
Let me turn to